Former Turkish ambassador Uluc Ozulker. He joins me now live. Thanks for joining us on the program. There was a lot of tension between the United States and Turkey leading up to this meeting in Washington, but we heard Trump say that it was a very productive meeting and that the U.S. and Turkey have an outstanding relationship. But I want to get your take on how you felt this meeting went. Do you see it as a success?
Yes and no, in both answers. For one reason, and yes, as you remember, the relations between Turkey and the United States were at such a stage that we were thinking of a breakdown, or let's say it's a split, and it's a total separation between the two countries in many fields, or we're good allies in the end in NATO. But this meeting has proved that everything is now smoothing a little bit. We knew from the beginning when the Turkish president went to the United States to meet with President Trump that all the problems that we have before us are not solvable unless the American side particularly makes empathy with Turkey and tries to settle its own internal problems in terms of the truth and the needs of Turkey as well. But this is not the case. The internal policy in the United States has prevailed, and unfortunately, we were a little bit worried about the breakdown, or as I say, the split in our relations between the two allies. But now the dialogue is restored, and we are 100% sure, actually, that there will be no harm for the foreseeable future, but there will be no solution either for the problems that we have before us. But the dialogue is a good trump in our hands to settle things, because mankind is coming to a good result by talking to each other and trying to understand what the problems for the counterpart are. So in that respect, it's a success. But otherwise, when I say, as I said, there is no chance that we solve the problems in the actual circumstances with the actual internal stance in the United States. So this is a non-success as well.
The U.S. president, though, he often says one thing in person, but then tweets something else completely different later on. Do you see this positive momentum continuing, or do you foresee anything that could likely derail, future relations?
This is his style. I mean, this is not the first time that we're witnessing an approach from rapprochement from the Trump side, and in the same time, a kind of a threat put towards Turkey. So we are acquainted with that. But otherwise, there is a big rapprochement in one field. Trump, as far as I can see, believes in the geostrategic importance of Turkey in its region. So he doesn't want to quit Turkey and leave it in the hands of the Russian side so easily. So this is the first one. Okay. The second thing is that, personally speaking, two presidents, Trump and Erdogan, understand each other much better than in the case of other meetings of Trump with his counterparts. So there is kind of a, let's say, personal, how would I say, they're feeling more close to each other and more understandable in their thoughts than in the case of other matters. So Trump is now seeing Erdogan as a good ally and as much a good friend. So the friendship also helps in improving the relation.
All right. Thank you very much, Uluc Ozulker, joining us from Istanbul.